Good morning, fams. Currently Sunday the 20th of August. 9 weeks out from my first show today. Pretty excited. We're on our way to HQ because we got legs today. Now, I took a hack squat leg press machine that's been sitting in my garage and I finally made room for it at HQ. And last Tuesday, I hit my first leg workout on it and man, it kicked my ass. In fact, my legs only just came right today, so I'm super excited to go open up those wounds and go smash some legs today. You guys probably don't know, but I have suffered, let me show you guys. I have suffered from some pretty nasty knee injuries over the years. In fact, I had an ACL reconstruction and didn't go too well. And I've still got to go back in to go get it fixed again because my last surgeon was shit. Anyways, it gives me bad grief when I do leg workouts. Running, skipping, any sort of explosive jumping movements really aggravates my knee. I've actually developed a serious level of arthritis in my knee, which is a shame. I'm only 28 years old, so I am limited for certain things, and one of those things is back squats, heavy back squats. I've always prided myself on being able to hit heavy back squats. Actually, if you YouTube my name, you'll see me doing a 200 kilo back squat, I think for 2 or 3 reps. Old ass video we did years ago. It's actually still floating around on YouTube. But like back squats was one of my strong suits, and now I'm maxing out at like 120, if that, you know, because my knee pain gives out before my actual quads hurt, which is bullshit, right? Because that's not what squat's all about. Anyways, with the leg press hack squat machine, I'm able to actually hit my glutes, my hammies, my quads the way I like to, and I'm excited to use the machine today. Anyway, we've got Kat coming in today. She's got legs as well. We're gonna go get some legs. Let's go! So if you guys saw my Snapchat the other day, I took some free pre-workout and it was the worst experience of my life. I thought I was gonna die. One of our clients, she gave me some free pre-workout. It was just too intense for her. And I thought, you know, I haven't taken that shit for years and I don't take pre-workouts because I'm really sensitive to this shit and I only stick to like Monsters and coffee. Like that's my type of pre-workout because I don't need to get G'd up to train. Like I already am like quite a motivated guy for training. But I thought I'd bite the bullet and yeah, cool, I'm a big guy now, I can probably tolerate it. I took it, right, I took one scoop, waited 30 minutes, nothing. Wow, I must be really strong now. Took a second scoop, 10 minutes later, my eyes, man, were like, I seriously looked like I was on ecstasy, man. I was just like tripping balls. It was the worst, and because chest, shoulders and tries is my favorite workout, and that was the worst workout ever. Such a waste, but it's okay because I'm doing that again on Tuesday. But it was like, oh, I had to take big breaks in between, and like I was like sending Snapchats to my mates and stuff, and they were like, you're weak, and I was just like, man, I don't know how you guys take this shit, man. It's just too much. Anyway, I'm back on the usual Monsters and a black coffee. Boom. It is so cold in here. This is my little spot I like to come to when I'm trying to warm up in the mornings because like all the sun comes in here, so I just chill out. I usually put like a bench over here, lie down, catch some sun.
I got this in my heritage rotation. I'm to the an abomination. You know, baby in the pool, buddy on your belt. You ain't shit without a ticket on your
What's up, fans? Welcome back to the commentary. Had some really good feedback from last week's video, so I thought, hey man, I'll run through another commentary video and try and give as much detail as I can as I run through this epic leg workout. So we started off with hack squats. This is actually our first exercise anyway, but we're doing a few warm-up sets. 15 narrow stance hack squats, and then we shift to 15 wide stance hack squats. And we did 2 sets of this, and you'll notice I'm only doing partial reps. Partial reps, I'm not fully locking out at the top, and I'm not going all the way down. I'm finding like this little middle sweet spot, and the reason is because I get a huge pump in my legs. Like I literally feel like my quads are pumping full of air, because I believe when you fully extend, you fully lock the legs out, it's like a rest. Your legs actually get a bit of a break. So I like to just constantly keep hammering them, keep pumping them up, and this is what I call partial reps. And you can see there's no weight on the hack squat at all, and my face is just telling a whole different story there. So we did 2 sets of this as a warm-up, and then we started loading up with some weights. Alright, it's just getting serious. You know it's getting serious when the bout goes on. Alright, so narrow grip. Again, I got Caddy filming me on this one. Just setting myself up nicely, making sure when I perform hack squats, my goal is to always push through the heel, right? I'm not a big fan of front loading. Front loading is when you're pushing the weight through the toe. Really bad if you're like me and got bad knees. You're actually not engaging as much of the quads, hammies, or glutes at all. So if you can push through your heels, you'll get such a good squeeze through the hammies, the butt, and the quads. So you can see here, I'm getting through the set there, man. My face is saying, just let it go, man, let it go. But no, we got work to do. We're going to keep pumping these quads out. My goal here was to do 5, have a short rest, 5, have a short rest, 5, and try and get my 15 reps like that, but it just wasn't happening. My quads are on 5. You can sort of hear my voice in the background. It's like, just rack it, man. Just put it down, man. But we're taking this thing to failure. And here's our final set. Remember, we did 2 warm-up sets without weight, and this is the 5th and final set. 5 sets on hack squats, man, as supersets. Narrow and wide. My legs were crazily pumped, right? With my hack squats, I focus more on quads, just really blowing my quads up, and then I get ready for the leg press, which hits more of my glutes and hammies. Now, yes, any type of squat is going to hit glutes and hammies, but I find specifically with a leg press, I get huge engagement through my my glutes and my hamstrings. Notice when I'm pressing through my heels, I'm actually trying to squeeze through my hamstrings. There's a little trick for you guys. And I'm only using partial reps as well. Again, not a big fan of fully locking out. I just want to keep those muscles under constant tension all the way through. So we did 4 sets of 20 reps of this. Remember, this was supersetted as well. So we did 20 reps, and then we get set for the kettlebell static lunges, 10 each leg. And here's a little trick for this one as well. When you do your static lunges, try them doing partials. Most people do a full extension, so they come all the way up, all the way down. Try and do them how I'm doing them. Give it a go and tell me what you feel. Tell me you feel the difference in the quads. It doesn't take much. I'm only using 12 kilo kettlebells and my legs are on fire. So we did 4 sets of leg press and these kettlebell static lunges, and I couldn't wait to get off these. These were another one as well. I'm just like, oh my gosh, my hammies, my quads, and now my ass is on fire, but wouldn't have it any other way. That's leg day. And our third supersetted exercise is the lying hamstring curl. Now, I use my cable crossover machine because I don't have a lying leg curl machine itself, but I still get great contractions through the hamstrings and the glutes, especially coming off those last exercises. Remember, this is supersetted, so we go straight to this lying hip bridge or lying hip raises, whatever you want to call them. A lot of guys would laugh at this exercise. They seriously do. They think it's like a chick's movement. But seriously, man, when you go from a weighted movement to a body weight movement, it's like doing like back squats straight to jump squats, right? I love doing a weighted movement straight to a body weight movement, especially for hamstrings and butt. I get such a good squeeze out of this, and I'm driving. The key here, guys, drive your weight through the heel. Notice how I'm not pressing against the bench with my heel. It's sitting on top because I'm trying to engage the glute and the hamstring as much as I can. That's the trick. That's why I look like that. All right, and the 4th supersetted exercise. I love this one, man. It just feels real badass. I stole this off The Rock a few years ago, and I've put it in my hammies and my ass workouts ever since. So basically what it is barbell hip thrust. I've got about 70 kilos on here, and I'm going for about 15 to 20 reps. Now the trick is to keep your heels tucked in by your butt, because the closer your heels are towards your butt, the more you're going to engage and squeeze through those hamstrings and your butt. So the goal here is to thrust as hard as you can up explosively and feel those ass cheeks on fire, yo. And then we're going to go straight to the supersetted movement, which is stiff leg kettlebells. Stiff leg kettlebell deadlifts. All right, getting a bit tongue-tied. So all you're doing is you're going straight over, getting a huge stretch in your hammies. Pretend that you're like, you know, that toe touch stretch that you do when you're trying to stretch your hamstrings. Pretend you're doing that, right? Except this time you're using some weight. Now, the second part of the movement you have to focus on is when you come back up, right? So as I come up, I'm actually driving my hips through and squeezing my butt cheeks together, right? So there's 2 parts. There's a stretching point and then a tightening point. I'll show you from the side. So stretch, big stretch through the hamstrings, and then I tighten by driving hips through, squeezing ass cheeks together, and then really feeling those contractions, right? So stretch point, come up, tightening point. Stretch point, up, tightening point. You can use dumbbells if you want. I just like the grip of my kettlebells. And then the finisher. We're going to leg press, calf raises. You guys know you got to train calves, man. No excuses. I'm team no calves. I wasn't genetically blessed with calves, so I have to work the shit out of these bad boys. And I feel like they grow an inch every 2 years. It's painful. I'm not genetically blessed that way. But anyway, we're flushing out with 5 sets of 30 reps, I think. And just really trying to blow this thing out. And we're done. Okay, time to have my post-workout meal. Now, usually through a typical day, I would split up my 1 bag of rice, which is 250 grams of brown rice, and I will split that up into 2 meals just because I like to have rice with my meals. However, lately my workouts have been pretty rough. I am choosing to have the whole bag in my first meal, which kind of makes sense because post-workout you kind of need to have your biggest uptake of nutrients and calories because obviously you've just hammered your body. So lately that's been working really, really well for me. So this is my post-workout meal. It's pretty basic, pretty straightforward. I have 200 grams of broccoli, which I just grabbed from the frozen bags. And I'm doing a whole pack of gnocchi from U-Foods. These guys are really awesome, macro friendly. They got like the craziest meals. This is by far my favorite one. All right, there we have it, guys. The meal is done. We have 200 grams of broccoli, 250 grams of brown rice, and a whole pack of the gnocchi. And it comes to 823 calories, 55 grams of protein, 14 grams of fat, and 110 grams of carbs. Over amazing. What's up, guys? So we're on our way to the Gold Coast. Enjoy this beautiful Sunday afternoon, and we've got our preparation on point. So we've got protein shake, and I have a banana as well. The key to staying on point with your nutrition is you've got to be prepared, and it's just little things like a lot of people will use excuses and say, oh, I can't take my meal, there's no fridge, there's no microwave available. It's like, well, grab something that's faster that can still meet your nutritional requirements, like a protein shake and a banana. I just want to also highlight a point that, you know, we're big foodie lalas, so like we like to go out and go to beautiful cafes and restaurants, and I'd probably say the hardest part of this preparation so far is the social aspect, right? You just want to go out, you want to have a few beers, you want to enjoy some beautiful food, smoothies, like everything. I didn't realize how much of a foodie I was until I've been doing this prep, and you are very, very limited. Like last night the All Blacks were playing and everyone was at the pub, and I chose not to go and watch it basically from home because for me that's the safest place I can be, away from temptation, away from the beautiful food, the alcohol, all that sort of stuff. So, you know, I think that's the back end stuff that people don't realize about comp prep or just getting into shape in general, staying disciplined on a goal and trying to push your body towards the next level, is they don't see the back end stuff, right? They see the pretty image, they see the abs, they see the body changing shape, they want that, but it's until they realize, shit man, there's a fucking process involved, that they go, oh my god, it's too hard. So we are trying on some new clothes right now, and this is the range that we're looking at. First summer gears, man. So what do you do when you don't spend money on eating? You shop. Yeah, which is definitely one of my faves. Okay, so we couldn't spend any money on food, obviously, so we spent it on shopping and coffee. How do I have my coffee? Black with 2 ice cubes. That's how it is right there. I would do anything right now to honestly have one of those cookies or those fudges right now, but gotta stay focused. We're 9 weeks out today. Let's go. Alright, so we made it back and past all that temptation food, like all the burgers and shit that were done at Harbour Town, and we are back and we're having our next meal, which is 200 grams of broccoli, and I decided to go with gnocchi again because it just tastes amazing. It's my last one anyway, and then I'm back on my mince. I got like a bunch of mince prepared in there for tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we're measuring on Thursday.